Okay, got a big one here towards dusk. They're setting up in more aggressive spots, current seams and such in white water. And oh, you're a nice fish. And you know, they're setting up after this big thunderstorm came through in areas where you would expect them to be. Aggressive spots, white water, push water on the upstream side of a rock. That wasn't the case earlier today. Pretty much all morning it was a big dink fest. Yep, I'm gonna turn that off real quick. So this morning was a big dink fest, just, you know, one small fish after another, and I was getting frustrated but not losing hope. I was trying to, you know, maintain positive mental attitude, where I actually found the first nice fish was in a place that I referred to as laminar flow. Let's take a look at that catch and talk about laminar flow and maintaining positive mental attitude. It's a good fish. Oh man, I was in a really negative place in terms of not getting quality bites, but you gotta just keep grinding. All right. Oh, yep. You're a big one. You're a big boy. Or girl. You're just big. Oh yeah, you're good. I just would really like to get you in my net. That's all. I need a little further in. We're gonna look at where this fish was hopefully caught. Yeah, it's caught. Oh yeah. Drop the drop the anchor. Oh, okay. The word is laminar flow. I wrote about it in a book years ago, and it has to deal with a certain speed and, I'm going to say, linear quality of flow. We're going to do an illustration of that here in a minute. But yes, it's been a tough bite. But you cannot be defeatist in terms of your attitude. And really, that comes down to any of the excuses, and we're going to go over some excuses here in a minute, that pop into your head, and then you have to push them down and keep grinding. I get into the reasons why you could think, hey, hang it up. There's no reason to be out here today. But for now, man, I'm going to say thank you to this first big fish of the day. I know I'm going to catch more. That one, man, you stink. Man, you smell like you've been eating craws. Jackhammer with the 7-inch sensor jerk shad in laminar flow. I get a quick release of this guy with the dome, and then we're going to do the illustration and talk about pushing away the excuses. Yeah, nice fish. 18 inches on the nose. I'm happy. So laminar flow is where they go when they want to conserve energy. It's Sharpie time. Okay, so laminar flow is where these fish want to go when they just want to chill. That was the wrong color. So that 18-incher was in a really nothing looking bottom that was shallow. The surface was just flat, and what you can see is that the current at the top, the middle, and the bottom, they're all traveling at the same speed. Whereas here in the turbulent flow area, up here it's moving really fast. Down here it's slower, and it's multi-directional. Like, you have current going in lots of different directions. This is coming up, this is curling back into itself, and this is pushing down. Maybe it's coming up over here. It takes a lot of energy for a fish to hang out here. If they're hanging out here, they're hanging out there to eat. If they're hanging out here, they're hanging out to conserve energy. This is a place where they go to conserve energy, to chill out. They're not actively looking to eat. If you can identify these spots when you know the bite is tough and target them, they're there because they're not there. I'm actually gonna hop out to do this release, submerge, cool off. When I release this fish, I'm gonna take the dome and show you the bottom. We're gonna look at the bottom, then we're gonna look at this whole area. Ask, why was that fish there when you look at this bottom and understand the current? So that's the depth. It's not even to my knee. And understand there's a lot of connected water there, and it kind of ends at the head of this island, pinches off there, and goes all the way across. So this is the end of a pool, and this fish was right where I've anchored. What's on the bottom? Not much. There's good current. There's no big rocks. There's a little bit of grass here and there. This water is moving swift, fairly swift, not full speed, but it's moving across what is essentially a flat bottom. And that is laminar flow. This is a little bit faster than a lot of the laminar flow that I like to target, but this fish was right here. End of a pool, laminar flow, not that deep. Hit the jackhammer. Hit a cranked up, pretty aggressive lure. So, you know, you gotta go to the spots where you've caught fish, make observations. Less than 2 feet deep, swift moving current, flat bottom, laminar flow, and the jackhammer. I think they always eat the jackhammer. I think they do. It's hot. I'm getting in. So, the voices that get in the head of anglers that keep them from trying, keep them, you know, that can send them home early. A lot of people, with the morning that we've had, I mean, I don't think I haven't had anything until at 18 over 14 inches. Jake's similarly struggling. I do think he got a 17, but he, you know, numbers of small fish I'm catching. Anyways, excuses, things that keep you from trying your best. Today is the 4th, I think it might actually be the 5th record-setting heat day. We've had, you know, almost 100 degrees, certainly the heat index, you know, we've been baking these fish. They do not want to eat. If they eat, maybe they eat at night, but they're not going to eat during the day. It's too hot, too much hot heat. Like, it's just not, you know, they're not going to eat in this heat. Full moon. Man, we just had a full moon not that long ago, and you know, the negative impacts of a full moon can last upwards of a month. That's silly, but you know, people make excuses. Look at the bright sky. They're not going to eat with, you need some cloud cover. You might have caught a few fish in the morning when you had that low fog, but it's gone. Why are you even trying? The river cleared up. They're not going to hit these aggressive, fast-moving baits in this clear water. Why are you throwing a jackhammer? No good reason. It's a bad lure to throw in clear water. Thank you. I've been waiting a while for one of these 7-inch scented jerk shad fish. Came out of the wood, watched the dark shape come up, and smash it. Look at that! Just, out in open water, just fan casting as I make my way back to the truck. Show you the camera. Aren't you pretty? See you guys. The opposite of making excuses is visualization, is positive mental attitude and believing in the spot that you just made that cast. Looking at that spot and saying, yeah, there is a fish there. Here's why. Whatever it is. If you look there and you see, yeah, there's a fish there. Here comes the cast. I'm gonna catch him. He's gonna eat. What that does is it brings you focus, whereas the excuse kills your focus. And if you do get a bite and you're like, nah, they're not gonna eat, and then the bite comes and you're like, what was that? No, you're not focused. Visualize, have positive mental attitude and say, there is a fish there. When you believe in each cast, you are ready, you are focused, you are gonna set the hook appropriately when it does come. You get my point. You can lean into these excuses and protect your angler ego and saying, I don't think anyone would have caught him today because whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm gonna leave you with one thought or one saying that I know my buddy Matt Elliott, who, if you watched any of the John Boat, anything from the John Boat playlist or the electric only playlist, he's a electric only John Boat angler, very skilled, in particular reservoir angler. The thing he is saying constantly, whether it's tough fishing or not, they're always chewing somewhere. That's an optimist. That's the opposite of an excuse. So if you hear yourself developing excuses in frustration of not catching fish, shut it down and say, you're always chewing somewhere. Thanks, Matt.